What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on, ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen?
there it is.
Had a little audio trouble. but we're
Yeah,
back
we
in
had to turn you
business.
up a
I
bit.
turned the mics down so that we could talk during the.
Oh,
There
and
you
then I
go,
forgot
and
to
then you
turn us
turned it
back
back
on.
up.
Yeah.
You're fired.
yeah.
No,
Wow.
okay.
That's
right
devastating.
after talking shit about Sam.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Never again.
But it is spooky season all of a
Spooky
sudden.
season, huh?
October 1st.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
So we got some picks for you today.
Let's get some pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice old fashions.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
could be a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I'm drinking pretty good right now.
Yeah. We got Matt and Jack in the studio with us today.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna.
I made you. So you're still working on number one, right?
Well, number one. Yep.
Okay.
It's a good number one. It's a stout number one.
Yeah.
Best for first.
Yeah.
No, you number one or number two?
So what do you like tonight, Jack?
What do I like
Tonight.
Tonight? I don't know who's even playing tonight.
Matt, what do you like tonight?
I'm just the audio guy. I'm just the shitty.
Well,
audio
we
guy.
were talking about it before we came on. Like the Iowa Maryland game is intriguing because Iowa seems like it would be the team there, right? Like
Yeah.
they're -3, but there's something about like a road dog on like a Thursday or a Friday night that gives me a little bit of like pause. And then to his brother is playing really well.
Yeah.
So, Iowa can't score, but Maryland can't stop anybody. So I don't really know. I feel like I need to lay off of that one.
So I'm gonna take Iowa.
Mhm.
Laying the 2 points.
3, right?
I thought it was 2.
No, it was
It's
3
3.
on mine. I
Either
don't
way.
know. Maybe.
So I'm gonna take Iowa laying those 3 points on the road.
What are the other games tonight? I know we have was it BYU
BYU
and
plays somebody.
yeah, BYU
Jack's
and
on
no, I knew it.
You knew 1 out of the 6 teams. 4
No.
teams. Maybe.
BYU, and they were a favorite over Utah State.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Utah State.
Battle of the Mormons.
And then there was an early game that I didn't like either. Houston, Tulsa.
Houston, Tulsa. There you go.
Tulsa is 1-3. This is another one. Tulsa's 1-3. Houston's 3-1. Tulsa's the 3.5 point favorite. I need to drill down on those a little bit. I think it starts at 6:30, so it's about to start.
You said Tulsa's a 3.5 point favorite.
They're a 3.5
They're
point
1-3.
favorite at
I got
home, but are 1-3. Yeah, they're
I got
1-3.
the 3 games tonight on the board right here.
There you go. So you got 1-3 Tulsa at home against a 3-1 Houston
All right, so
team.
Tulsa lost to so they lost to Cal Davis. They lost to
You shouldn't do
Oklahoma
that.
State. They lost to Ohio State, and then they beat Arkansas State.
Okay, so
Um,
I like Houston here Give me Houston money line.
Man, I like that too. I like that play. Let's see. Let me pull up Houston real fast just to kind of see who they've played. Houston, they lost to Texas Tech first game of the season. They beat Rice, beat them to hell. They beat Grambling.
Battle of Houston right there.
They beat Navy. So they're 3-1, but obviously they hadn't played the same schedule that Tulsa has.
Yeah.
So they're giving a little bit there. I can't figure out
So we
Vegas
got
on some of those.
Jordan in the chat.
Jordan in the chat saying,
Hello, OTOP
hello.
from everyone at UTL. What's UTL?
What the fuck's UTL?
Oh yeah, that's
that?
Under the lights. Under the lights.
Oh,
Jordan, our
yeah.
guy. Yeah, I love Jordan.
What's happening?
He was out at the Basil Invitational with us.
Yeah, I
before.
remember.
All right, so Brandon's in the chat. Brandon's my go-to, bro. So
Brandon's
Tulsa 3.5. Well, I like it better at 3. I don't know, man.
It's a weird line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, 1-3 versus a
3-1.
3-1. They're favored, and they
Yep.
lost to Cal Davis.
that's right.
That's strange.
It's gonna be a close game. I don't see either team pulling away.
Iowa
what we got.
game. Take the over.
Yeah.
Iowa
you
game
were-
take the
I've never heard of
47
that.
and a half. I think is what it was.
Yeah.
47.5.
It was
Yeah.
very low.
Yeah.
Those Big Ten, actually the Big Ten overs seem like they've been hitting this year.
Yeah.
They played them so down. Maryland can score. They can't really stop anybody. So maybe that helps that over hit.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa's just such a
I like that play.
slugfest team, though.
I like that play.
You like the Iowa over?
I like the 47
Yeah.
over. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see.
I just don't know how well Maryland's going to be able to move the ball.
Yeah.
I could see this game. It's like another game I have in my picks. We'll get to in a little bit. I could just see the clock running for the majority of the game.
I think I would pick the score to be in the high 20s. So,
Yeah.
I'd probably like the over too.
And Brandon's
I don't
all
think
over the
about it.
chat right now, and
What's
this.
Brandon
If he's going to continue on like this on the chat, then Coca-Cola is just going to have to be a sponsor, Brandon.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you here.
Yeah.
But,
no such thing as free clout, Brandon.
That's exactly. If you want to just jump in,
Yeah, I'm
you
about
know.
to start hiding your chats.
Yeah,
Lock for tomorrow.
and,
Wisconsin -2.
well, lock for tomorrow. We're going to be at the Coca-Cola tailgate at some point, right?
Oh, for sure.
We have to go there. It's a
Jack
long fucking walk. Tell you that from
Yeah,
where
but
we're
it's
going
next
to
the
be.
stadium, so it can be.
Yeah,
our
it'll be like the
stop.
last thing, right? Yeah, exactly. Wisconsin -2. So
I'm all over Notre Dame in that game.
wait, not Notre Dame. They're not
They
playing
played Notre Dame last week.
Not Notre. Who they play?
Notre Dame beat the shit.
Michigan.
Michigan, yes. You're all over Michigan?
Yeah.
It's at Wisconsin. Wisconsin's the favorite. This is like a stinky line to me. Like Vegas is trying to show you who the favorite is. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong on that. That's kind of what it seems like on here is that, they're trying to tell you, no. Even though Michigan's 4-0, the better team is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you saw Rutgers put up a pretty good fight against.
They did. Now
Michigan.
that's one that we got to talk about. So one of the things that has been my problem the last couple of weeks, and you were calling me out. Brandon's called me out over the years of this. I always bet heavy favorites.
Yeah, that's not my style.
I know.
It's not popular.
I know, and I know it's not, and it's just my fault. And I've still got a couple of them that I like anybody that's playing UMass. I'm betting on that team. And it's
UMass.
It's
UConn.
probably 70%, 80%, something like that.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of underdogs that I like this week. And one of them is Rutgers again. I feel like going back to that wagon again against Ohio State. So it is 15 and a half.
15 points. And the thing about Rutgers is Greg Schiano is known to kind of embrace the underdog role, get his guys going in that sense, saying, look, nobody expects us to win. There's nothing for us to lose. Really gets his team fired up. You saw it last week in Michigan. They lost by, I think it was a touchdown, 20-13, if I remember right, for that Michigan game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could see Rutgers losing this game. I don't think they could win, but I could see him hanging within the points at 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But Iowa State's probably going to win this game, most likely going to win this game. I wouldn't touch this one. Rutgers. Iowa State's just so much better than Michigan, I think. And they're just going to move the ball so well against Rutgers. So
Yes.
All
right. Do you want to talk about a couple of big contests first before we get into your bets?
First things first, let's give a quick shout out to Fred's, the title sponsor of our show tonight. Fred's, they've been fucking since 1982.
Whoa.
They've been
They've been doing the fucking.
doing the fucking.
They have.
They've
but
been fucking too.
They've been fucking.
but
Yeah.
they've been doing the fucking.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Hashtag we WDTF.
That's right. But shout out to Nay, Mark, all the guys over there. Appreciate it.
Great guys.
Great guys.
Awesome dudes.
Yeah, we got a Kentucky
So,
trip. We're
let's-
trying to
let's,
work up
uh,
for that Kentucky trip.
Yeah.
Mark, if you're watching.
Mark Nay.
So before we get into our
Listen
picks
up.
of the week, let's talk about Ole Miss, Alabama.
Yes.
I want to know what y'all's thoughts are going into this game. I think it's 14 and a half.
Is that not in your picks?
It's not.
No.
Wow, I'm surprised.
14 and a half is the last I saw it. Obviously mine
Started
Alabama.
17 and a half.
Yeah.
It got bet down.
Started
like,
at 17 and a half. It
got bet down literally in like an hour.
Yeah, it came all the way down to lowest I saw was 13 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's now it's
And then
settled
the
at 14.
total 79 and a half. What do y'all think about the total, the points, and the winner? Let's hear
Did you say 79?
79 and a half.
79 and a half.
Take the over.
I know.
You can't not take the over if it's that high.
Exactly. I agree with your thought process on that one. Now,
High 70s, just take the over.
Yeah.
at first, with the 17 and a half, I was like, this is way too high, right? Like way too high. It went down to 14 and a half. And the more that I'm thinking about this is, okay, the wake up call for Alabama was Florida. I just don't think that Ole Miss is going to be able to come in there and Alabama's going to have to sleepwalk to for sure lose. But like, I can't bet against Alabama 14 and a half. I can't bet against them. Like,
Well,
I feel like this is a game I have to lay off.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Florida, Alabama, was that a 14 and a half game? Closing spread?
Oh,
Last-
man, I think it
last
was
year?
close. It was 16.
16? 16 even.
Yeah, and that was at Florida too.
Oh, Florida. Okay,
Florida,
yeah,
Alabama.
okay,
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I think maybe it started at 16.
I won the first quarter bet there. Actually, I won a first half bet. It was 21-9 at halftime. I think the spread at half was like 7.5. So I won the first half still.
Yeah.
First quarter was like 21-3. So whatever that line was, it was blown away.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second half they just let off the pedal a little bit, and I think that's not normal for a Nick Saban team. And I feel like it
And
only
you
takes
can't-
one time, and they're never going to do it again.
You can't let off the gas against Ole Miss.
No,
You
because they're
can't.
going to keep scoring.
Yep.
I think they understand this enough to where I just don't feel comfortable betting it. Because I mean, if Alabama came out and just whipped the shit out of Ole Miss, would I be surprised? No. Now I do like the 79. I do like that.
I mean, I'm expecting fireworks from coin toss.
Like
to
50-30. I mean, that wins.
I think it's going to be 60 something to 40 something.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Like what was it last year? Like 63.
That it was a lot like that.
It was
Yeah.
63
to 48
Yep.
was the score last year.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I think the X factor in the game, like if you just want to like spread aside just like the game in general, it's so much about the story is like which offense is going to be the better one.
Yeah.
And I feel like the X factor is DJ Durkin.
Mm.
Like how much, because I feel like so far this season, Ole Miss has obviously been impressive on offense. They're always impressive on offense with Lane Kiffin. I've been super impressed with their open field tackling. They made Louisville look pedestrian in week 1. And that's not a bad offense. Like, I mean, they look pretty good against UCF.
We watched them against UCF.
Right. It's not a bad team.
Not at all.
They made Malik Cunningham look like a shitty quarterback, and he's not a shitty quarterback.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, can they get pressure on Bryce Young? I mean, it's a different beast against that
Bryce Young.
line.
Bryce Young against pressure is one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. He has like a 70%, 75% completion range under pressure. So
yeah, but he only scored 10 points in the last 3 quarters against Florida.
That's true.
So there's that. I'm curious to see how legit Ole Miss's defense is, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's going to take more than just pressure alone to get them rattled on offense, Alabama. So I could just see this being a back and forth game, like a pong match.
So Star Hill Stunners just hates your guts right now, Willie B.
What's he saying?
He's saying Michigan plus the 2, first of all. So going against you there. He's also saying Ole Miss will cover.
Ole Miss in the under for me.
Ole Miss in the under.
Dude, what's this guy? Who is this guy?
He's just trolling you now.
Yeah.
I think.
Might
Now
put a drink on
Brandon,
the
so
Ole
he's
Miss
saying
money
Ole
line.
Miss has the
Ole
better
Miss
off-
money line.
Ole
Ole
Miss
Miss
has
has
the
the
better
better offense.
Yeah,
Ole Miss has the better offense.
I would agree with you there. Star Hill,
Stunners.
Stunners.
Is
this
that
like
an
a-
AAU
This
team?
is like I was thinking like a little league baseball.
I was thinking
team.
AAU team.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it this way. This game turnovers are going to be huge. I think Ole Miss is more inclined to turn the ball over than Alabama.
Mhm.
Is Star Hill? Is this Are you putting a drink against Willy Bets himself, or are you What do you?
Yeah.
Who are you
What's
putting
the
my
bet
drink
here?
against?
We're all about it. So what's the bet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're always down for a drink
Brandon
bet.
says Ole Miss 2-1 with the unders so far this year. So maybe people are
Right.
going a
Overhyped.
little too high.
Right.
I think
But they
it's-
haven't played Alabama yet.
I think people are assuming that Ole Miss still has a bad defense, and I really don't think they do.
Yeah.
I get
Granted,
that.
this week it's like it kind of doesn't matter how good your defense
right,
is.
right.
It's just going to be a lot of points this week.
Yep.
No, that's great.
But Star Hill, keep it coming, man. We'll if you want to put a bet on something, I'm more than happy to.
Well, let's talk about some other games this week because I know
Yeah.
that's the biggest to me is
That's the headliner.
and it's a crazy line, right?
Yeah.
Like so, it's a
Everything
huge
about that
game,
game
crazy line. Now, the next game to me that is also crazy is Arkansas against Georgia.
Yeah.
11 a.m. kick, which is nuts
Which
to me.
it should not be 11
Yeah,
a.m.
it's
Is
two
it-
top 10 teams.
So is that a CBS game?
No. It's ESPN. They picked the 11. So basically,
So once Lee
The way-
Corso puts that thing on his head, it's Georgia, Arkansas.
yeah.
That's insane. That
Right.
should not.
Where's game day? They're in Tuscaloosa.
I don't know. It's
Or
either
are they-
Tuscaloosa or Athens, right? It's
Yeah,
gotta be.
Fred's Cam
Fred's
in the house.
Cam.
Fred's Cam. There we go. Yeah, so we got plenty of beers in there for you, Jack, courtesy of Fred's. And no, you wanted
Jack's-
water?
He's complaining
No,
about
sorry,
no water.
sorry, you can't you can't hydrate.
Okay, it is
now.
Friday night.
Exactly. So yeah, I think the way that works is CBS obviously picks the first game, which is the Alabama Ole Miss game, and then ESPN has a pick of a night game
Guess
or
I'll
a
just
couple
get
of night
fucked up.
games. One of the night games was LSU Auburn. So Georgia Arkansas was actually a pick after the LSU Auburn game. So LSU Auburn could have been an 11 o'clock kick.
Oh my god, thing.
No kidding, right?
Yeah, that would have been no fun. We would have had to get out there at like 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, it would have been
Yeah,
bad.
It would have been a
bad.
mess.
We're losing.
Yeah.
If that happens.
65,000 people in the stands.
You want to talk about that because I know that's not a part of your picks too. Well, let's talk about Arkansas Georgia first. So, what's the line? What did it end at?
Last I saw was 18?
Crazy
19 and a
amount.
half or
18 and a half.
16 and a half.
Okay,
is
so
what I
it's
see.
getting bet down a little bit.
Right.
See, I just feel like a lot of people,
16 and a half, yeah.
a lot of people are just not
Total is
high
40,
on Arkansas.
48?
48, yeah.
48.
Goodness gracious.
I think that's
Two good defenses.
Yep, two good defenses. Georgia and Arkansas both are defensively better, obviously. But 18, you look at a 18 spread and a 48 total, and what that implied score is what?
Yeah, it's something
34
like 34 to 17,
13,
something like that.
something like that. So you're looking
34-14.
Yeah. So you're looking at Arkansas getting shut the fuck out, which I don't know if I could see happening.
Yeah.
And can I see Georgia scoring? I mean, I've seen Arkansas play a couple of times this year now, and I'm not betting against Arkansas again, especially not on a line like this. This is crazy. They're a solid football team, solid defense. They can score. They're imaginative on offense. Kendall Briles. To me, they have two of the best coordinators in football, with
Yep.
Briles and Odom.
I think the question is what is the situation with KJ Jefferson? Is he still
Yeah.
100%? And if he's
Yep.
not 100%, I don't know.
That's
if
probably why
I don't
this
know
line's
if, I
so
don't know if
high.
Arkansas scores a touchdown if he's
That's
not
probably why
100%,
this line's
if
so
he's not
high.
playing.
I would assume.
Vegas knows something we don't.
Right, they
Right.
always do.
It's still a lot of points. You can't. If anything, you got to look at the over under on that one.
Mhm.
I'm not touching that game.
I'm not
That's
either.
one of those games that you can watch and not
It's
have
stinky.
any. It's stinky.
The stinky line of the week.
Yeah. You can watch that game, enjoy a good football game, not have to worry about anything. We have a lot more picks coming up that we're more confident in.
Mhm.
I'm the same train of thought with Alabama Ole Miss. I'm not putting any money on that game. I'm not confident one way or the other. I just want to be able to watch that game and enjoy it.
Well, before we get to the other ones, LSU Auburn.
I have a little LSU Auburn teaser.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I teased LSU up to +3 and teased the total up to 62.
Okay.
So that's a -110 teaser, and I would have a very hard time seeing if either of those legs didn't hit.
Okay.
It might be on the graphic, Jack, if you want to.
Oh, yeah. You're getting into your picks?
I don't know if that
Well,
was on there.
No, it wasn't on there.
No. But we can. I mean, we don't have to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I teased LSU at +3 and the under
Teasing
62.
the audience.
Yeah.
So here is. I said this before. I liked some underdogs this week, which was new for me. But there are a couple that I'm going to still bet. And one of the ones that I have to bet every week is whoever's playing UMass. Toledo is playing UMass. They're -27 against UMass, and that could be 28-0 at halftime. So I am betting that.
When will you learn to not?
I'm not going to not do this.
You're gonna have to get burnt real bad one day.
Yes,
and that's what it's gonna take.
If UMass scores 20 points, then I'll get burned on it. So yeah.
Do you burn, bro?
Yeah. Do you even burn?
Burn
but there are a couple. There are a couple.
I do burn. I just don't want to burn right now.
Here are a couple of underdogs that I like.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Kansas State 11.5 against Oklahoma. Oklahoma has not shown shit to me.
No,
this year.
Spencer Rattler.
11.5.
Yeah. I mean, who'd they play last week? West Virginia.
Yeah.
That went down to the wire. Did it go to OT?
Game-winning field goal.
Game-winning field goal in regulation. What was the line there? Does anybody remember?
It was probably at least close to 10. At least.
I would say it's very similar to
this game. It was like 8 or 9,
yeah. So you're looking at a Kansas State team, I'm sure is run heavy,
ball control.
Yeah.
3-1.
Yep.
I know they probably hadn't played the same schedule, but still 3-1.
They got old boy Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
Little dude, but he's a beast.
Yeah. Right at the same time as the start of that one, I like going back to the well. Rutgers +15 against Ohio State.
Yep.
I really like that. I like Greg Schiano. I think he's changed everything.
Yep.
Immediately. I think that Ohio State's still trying to figure it out. I might get burned this game when they figure it out. I feel like Ohio State will figure it out, and they're gonna blow the shit out of somebody.
That's
CJ Stroud still starting there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get burned by Clemson. If we want to get into my picks for the week, Jack.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
We'll start it off with I'm taking Boston College is.
This isn't on there, but yes.
Okay, yeah, this isn't actually on there.
Right.
So it's a game at Clemson, Boston College +14.5.
Okay.
Clemson obviously has
at Clemson.
Everybody write that down.
At Clemson.
At Clemson, yep. And you're looking at a Clemson team I have not seen. Their offense just looks putrid, disgusting. You couldn't name a bad word.
I mean, how is that? I mean, I understand they lost. I understand they lost Lawrence and Etienne.
But you replaced them with 5 stars.
So I think
you replaced them with the number 1 quarterback in the country.
Who's the running back?
I don't know. But I'm sure he's a 5-star.
He hasn't scored a fucking touchdown yet. Whoever he is. You're looking at Clemson right now, they're at a point in their season where it's like, okay, we're either having a down year or like there's some big picture issues going on.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where LSU is if you think about it. And LSU's trending in the right direction right now. Clemson is not, however. So this is either the game they turn it around and get back to going upwards, walking upstairs, or this is a game where it's like, okay, this is a down year.
This is usually around the time of year that Dabo, because I feel like Clemson always starts the season off shitty, but their schedule's so bad
right
that it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But this year, they're so bad that it did matter.
We saw last week in North Carolina State, it mattered. I'm thinking it's going to matter again this week.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
I just think there's always a point in the middle of the season where Dabo teams they figure it out and they start beating the shit out of all those shitty ACC teams. And I think, you never know when it's going to come. It could be this week.
So last year, the Boston College Clemson game was decided by a touchdown. actually 6 points. I believe
Oh,
it
that's
was.
right. That was DJ Uyunglele's first game.
Yeah.
Credit to me for the
That was
pronunciation.
great.
Yeah.
I looked at you right then.
Uyunglele.
I was like, "Holy shit! You
You
just flew that off your tongue."
You want me to do it again?
How many
Yeah.
times have you said that?
Uyunglele.
Wow.
How many? Have you said it like a million times?
I've said it a number of times.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to like make sure to say it in public to like
Wow.
impress people.
Yeah.
That was great.
No, thank you.
So I'm taking Boston College here. Given the points.
Okay.
It's either gonna it's one of the two Clemson teams is gonna show
And Boston College isn't the same Boston College
No.
from a couple of years ago.
Not at
They're
all.
not run heavy like they were.
No.
They've opened it up a little bit. They have a good coach.
Yep.
Beat South Carolina.
I don't know
a couple
I don't
weeks
know if
ago.
they still have that same
no, Missouri.
quarterback.
They beat Missouri.
Do they
Yeah.
still have that same quarterback from last year? Because
I
he was a beast. You remember
Don't
him?
know that, but I do know that they beat Missouri.
Jack, I'm pretty sure the guy you're thinking about, I can't recall his name right now. I'm pretty sure he's injured.
Oh, is that right?
Mm.
That's tough.
I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he's injured. But I think the guy that they had, his backup was just like a stud.
It's at Clemson, huh?
Yep.
Yeah,
at
at Clemson. Let's talk about your first pick on the board because
Boston
it's
College
one
is
that I
4 now.
love.
Okay.
That's Kentucky.
Yep.
You have them at plus 8.5, right?
Yep. Plus 8.5. It's Florida at Kentucky. Kentucky's 4-0 in the season. Florida's obviously 3-1 with the loss coming to Alabama. I look at Kentucky. I've watched some Kentucky bits and pieces of the games, and they're a team that I think will not. Well, how many years was it that they didn't beat Florida?
Oh,
like
31?
30, something like
31?
that.
I think it was 38.
38.
Something
I
crazy.
feel like that's the number I remember.
And they finally got it done. How long ago was that?
It was a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
a couple
Yeah,
years
a couple
ago.
years
I just see this game being very close, wire to wire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't see either team pulling away. I think I said 27-23 final, Florida.
Yeah, I saw Florida last week a little bit against Tennessee. They pulled away in the second half.
Mhm.
First half, they looked kind of ugly.
They were sleepwalking, but I felt like that was because of the hangover off of Alabama.
I agree. I just think that Kentucky is that much better than Tennessee.
I
They're
agree.
a solid team,
100% agree.
Yeah.
and they're going to run the ball down your throat.
Yep.
I'm
They're-
actually concerned next week with Kentucky against LSU.
I think Kentucky LSU.
Go Tigers.
I think it's a good matchup for LSU.
Go Tigers.
But this game, I just see Kentucky. I think it's gonna
Anybody
be
that's run heavy against LSU is probably a good matchup.
Yeah.
Right?
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a Kentucky team who runs the ball a lot. They are -9 in turnover margin on the year and still 4-0.
Wow.
So if they clean it up against Florida,
Willy Bets stats.
yeah.
Whew.
Willy
Coming
stats.
strong, Willie B.
So
Jesus.
Wow.
you're looking at if they win the turnover battle against Florida, this game is going to be very, very close.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that they have a very clean game. It's going to come down to the fourth quarter, last couple minutes. I think Florida's going to take it
Okay.
in a close game, but 8.5 is a lot of points for this game.
I agree.
So
I think it's going to be a touchdown game.
I'm taking Kentucky here to go 5-0 as the LSU Tigers walk up to Lexington.
You haven't beaten them straight up.
No. Oh, did I just say that?
Yes.
So
No. He said Florida wins 27-23.
Yeah, no, but then he said Kentucky 5-0.
oh no.
Did you
I
say
think
that?
Florida's going to win the game.
Okay.
No ATS.
Yeah,
gotcha.
5-0.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think Florida's going to win the game. Kentucky's going to get the points.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You Missouri -3.
Yep. So we have Tennessee coming to Missouri. Tennessee, not that good of a team this year, obviously.
Two shitty teams, in my
Two
opinion.
shitty teams. They both. I feel like they both have the same exact problems. Missouri's offense is just a little bit better. They have
Yep.
some better weapons. Kentucky has a couple injuries. I'm pretty. Their tight end is injured. And you look at Missouri's offense. They're 11th in the country at third down conversion.
Mhm.
This game is at Missouri. I think Missouri walks away with this game, wins by 2+ touchdowns.
Okay.
I just don't think Tennessee has what it takes to match up with them on the outside. If I would give Missouri 10 or 11 points here,
Okay.
I'm taking Missouri to win this game big.
Okay.
I like it. All right. So UAB Liberty under 49.5. I saw we were talking about this one before. I saw the Liberty Syracuse. I had some money on that one last week. They fucked me.
You try to talk me into this play because I don't.
Under
Okay,
49 and a half.
Under
yeah.
49 and a half.
UAB, Bill Clark team.
Yep.
He's more defensive oriented. I
Yep.
get that.
So this is my lock of the week. I think this. I would have the total of this game set at 41-42. You got two run-heavy teams. Both these teams love to run the ball. The clock is going to move very, 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 very fast in this game. You're going to see the clock is not going to stop a lot. And you're just going to have these long, methodical drives. And I'm not saying neither of these teams can score because they can. I watched UAB beat Tulane somewhat handily last weekend. And
Easy.
all these drives that they had started at the 25 and they worked a half of a quarter, 2/3 of a quarter down to a touchdown. So these teams can score, but there's not going to be a lot of these blow up plays. I'm taking this under lock of the week, max unit bet, 30 units.
30 units? Come on.
30 units. I'm throwing.
So $30?
No, 30 units.
That's $3,000.
Yeah. I'm taking UAB Liberty. Love that.
Wait, are you
play.
actually putting $3,000 in this game?
No.
Not quite.
Because I would worry about you.
No. Yeah. No.
$29.95.
$25,000.
All right.
Yeah.
So I like your confidence on that.
You gotta have confidence.
I know. All right. A couple other games I know we were talking about before.
Okay.
Army going to Ball State.
Love Army.
Army's -10.
Love Army.
I mean, I'm gonna crush that one, right?
Yeah.
Like I love betting on these.
Matt's a big what is it called? Armed Forces.
I'm a huge armed forces guy. So I just know, like, okay, if you're playing a team that can't really score, then I mean, how they're barely gonna get the ball. 10 points, like Army can score this year, so I would love that play.
I love Army there. I love Army there.
Another game, I'm not really thinking about betting this, but it's another ranked matchup with two undefeated teams. Baylor going to Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's a 3.5-point favorite.
Give me Oklahoma State.
Yeah, but I mean, Baylor's just coming out of nowhere this year, right?
So their first
Feels like it.
Baylor's first 3 games of the year, they played absolutely nobody. Had trouble with Texas State. And last week they beat Iowa State. Do you remember the score to that one, Jack?
It was close.
It was like a 2-point
Iowa
game.
State came back
39-21 or
right.
something like that, or 29-31, something like that.
Oh, you want a great game to bet on? I mean, this is like degenerate betting right here.
Okay.
UConn going to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a 14.5-point favorite over UConn.
All right. So if you bet on this game, like 1-800-STOP gambling. Like you're just like you're not even watching football at this point. You have problems.
This is rough. That's a rough one. Can you imagine if you're covering that game as like media? Oh my god. That's worse.
Yeah.
I do love that we have a late night Hawaii
10 p.m.
catch up game.
10 p.m.
It's a catch up game.
Yeah.
You know, like you lost some money.
Yeah.
Let's pour it on Fresno State going to Hawaii. Fresno's 11-point favorite at Hawaii.
I like Fresno there.
I do too.
I like Fresno.
That's a great one.
What's the total there? Those late night Pac-12 games seem to just be shootouts.
Let me pull it up. Let's see. 64.5. We may do a little parlay. Same game parlay action.
What time does this game start?
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Central Standard.
Central.
Yeah. Come meet us at Fred's.
Yeah.
Come meet us at Fred's.
Yeah. If you're down,
we'll be sweating.
We're gonna give you a bet.
Yeah, we'll be sweating out our parlay for the last leg of our parlay.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love those late night Hawaii games, and just like it's because you just had a fucking bad night, and like,
well,
let me just put some money down on this, and then I'm just gonna go to sleep. And then I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and be like, oh, I had money on this Hawaii game. And you pull it up secretly in the bed and you're like, oh, it fucking hit. And then you put your phone down and you sleep like a baby the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you wake up and you're only...
And my car is repoed.
Yeah, so take all of Matt's bets with a grain of salt. He just got his car repoed today.
Long story.
Has nothing to do with betting.
It has nothing to do with that. Yeah.
But yeah. So that's our college picks for this weekend.
Spin Zone, it has everything to do with betting.
No.
Can you put the college betting bets back up on there?
Well, yeah, we flipped to NFL, right?
Yeah, so these are our college ones. Kentucky plus 8.5. Missouri laying 3. We're taking Missouri, and then the University of Alabama, Birmingham Liberty game is going to go under
Shout out
49
Sam.
and a half. Shout out producer Sam. And then one that's not listed there that I'm taking is Boston College plus 14 and a half at Clemson. Those 4 plays, you play those 4, and you tell me how your weekend goes.
Ooh, I like it.
It's gonna be a good Saturday.
Am I
for
doing
you.
too many drops?
No, perfect.
Okay.
Keep them coming to where that's the only thing you can hear.
This is my
Okay.
first time being on here, and it's, dude, it's fun.
So let's talk about NFL.
Let's talk about the pros.
All right. So Dolphins
laying 2.
We just
at
hate
home
the Colts here. And who's playing quarterback?
for the Dolphins.
Colts.
Carson Wentz is questionable right now. I don't think he's going to play. Even if he does, he's on 2 sprained ankles.
Mhm.
What the hell is going on with the Dolphins, though?
Dolphins.
They're like going 2 QB system over there. Or some
Yeah.
shit.
Well, yeah. I think it just depends on what they see
It's
out there from the defense.
What
but
the like?
Is
I've
it
never seen
Brissett?
this.
I think
So,
it's
yeah,
Jacoby
both-
Brissett,
Jacoby
right?
Brissett's their 2. 2 is obviously their 1. I like the Dolphins here by
But they
six,
both
7.
play every game.
Yeah.
Why are they doing
I don't know.
that?
I mean, I would say let your number 1 overall pick bowl.
play
Just
play a
yeah,
lot.
just
Play all the time.
try to get some
Right.
experience.
Yeah.
But either way, the Colts. If you look at the Colts injury report this week, it looks very similar to their full roster. It's 20 plus guys on there, so you're looking at a very, very battered team. Let's see what our chat's looking here. We missed a lot of chats.
No, there's nothing in there.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry to. Although there is one.
I'm very
Very
concerned
every
about
time I
LSU.
tune.
Every time, absolutely. I'm not betting
Get-
the game.
Take my teaser, Star Hill Stunners.
Yes,
It was
the teaser plus 3 and then under 62 and a half,
plus 3.
right? Or,
Under
yeah.
62. Just under 62 and then LSU plus 3.
Okay, so also we have Cardinals plus 4.5. I'm a big Cardinals guy this year.
All right, so
at the
this-
Rams.
yeah,
Okay,
at
so
SoFi Stadium.
Okay.
This game is it's going to be a treat for NFL fans.
Yep.
You're looking at a Rams team who has beat the Cardinals the last 8 times they've played.
Mhm.
Here's the thing that I'm thinking is the Rams had their A+ game of the year last week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They handled the defending champions.
this is going to be a letdown game.
This game, they're going to kind of come down to earth a little bit. You got a Cardinals team with a lot of weapons. 4.5 points is a lot.
Yep.
You look at, I think a lot of people are looking at the Cardinals running game. You have Chase Edmonds and James Conner. Is that his name? James Conner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a,
Yep.
nailed it.
James Conner is substantially better. Who was the guy they had last year? Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake could not pick up a fucking blitz to save his life. James Conner's that guy. You give Kyler Murray time, he will hurt you.
Yes.
So I'm liking the Cardinals here. I would not be surprised if the Cardinals pull the upset.
I really like this above 3, 3.5. Well, above 3.
Above 3, yeah. I mean, there's no way this game is. They're not going to manhandle the Cardinals like they manhandled the Bucs. The Cardinals have the Cardinals have this game circled on the calendar.
Okay.
They have lost the last 8 to this team. It's a division rival.
Jesus, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, like the Cardinals have something to prove here in the brand new stadium. So I like the Cardinals here.
Both 3-0
A lot.
teams
Yep.
on like afternoon Fox game.
3:25,
Yeah, that's a great game.
America's game of the week.
So all right, so Saints at home against the Giants. I know we both probably love this game for similar reasons.
So you're looking at a Saints team. Okay, first game back in the Superdome in however long.
Well, they were there last year,
first-
but there's no fans.
first full
right.
That's what I
capacity.
meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
First full
First
capacity.
game in the Superdome in front of fans.
The full-
Actual
the full dome.
full
house.
house,
Yeah.
right?
You're looking at a Saints team who's coming back to New Orleans
And,
post hurricane.
Dude, and Billy's gonna be there. So like,
Oh,
it's
that's
gonna
a
be
point
loud
at
as-
least.
That's like 3 decibels.
it's gonna be loud as fuck. Right?
That's a point.
Yeah.
Like Daniel Jones is gonna be rattled.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, this is post hurricane Saints. Last time we saw this, Steve Gleason blocked a punt
Mhm.
on Monday Night Football.
Shout out.
37 for life. And I think the Saints are going to beat the Giants, the 0-3 or 0-4 Giants, however bad they are.
0-3. Yeah. So you see them going 0-4.
I see them going 0-4, and I don't think this game will be remotely close.
Yeah.
I'm taking Saints 38-10.
Wow.
38-10.
38-10.
Okay. So I like all 3 of those picks. Well, no, I like them all. The Colts, I'm not a believer in the Colts at all. So that would be the only one that I was a little bit on edge about.
Is that
Now,
game that's in Miami?
In Miami. So you're looking
Yeah, I
at
love that pick for him.
Miami's at home, Arizona's on the road, and the Saints are obviously at home.
Right.
And
now,
then,
a couple other games that I liked. Well, for sure, one. Titans at the Jets. Titans a 6-point favorite. Anything under a 7, I was going to take that.
Yeah. Titans. You can ask Jack about all you need to know about the Titans. His fantasy offense is literally AJ Brown, Julio, Derrick Henry. Yeah.
Well, and I know this better than anybody. AJ Brown and Julio are both out this week.
Yep.
So
that's fine.
That's
huge.
Yeah, I mean Tannehill already sucks.
So it's literally the Jets defense versus Derrick Henry.
Right.
Yes.
Is that game
Derrick Henry probably wins?
Probably.
But I don't know if I'd take the 6.
I don't know if I'd take the 6 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the Titans pulling away from that game without a passing attack worth mentioning, basically.
Okay.
And the Titans had trouble with those guys last week.
Titans DBs have been good.
They have been, but I mean they had trouble with Wentz last week on 2 sprained ankles. It was a close game through 3.5 quarters. It was a 1-score game the whole time, pretty much.
Right.
What do you think about? We saw the Eagles against Cowboys last week. The Eagles' offense just looked terrible,
awful.
Right. The Chiefs going to the Eagles. The Chiefs are only a 7-point favorite. Both 1 and 2.
Okay, so they're at Philadelphia.
They're going to Philadelphia, 7-point favorite.
Andy Reid revenge game.
I don't know. I mean, the Chiefs' defense is so bad this year. They look like they might not make it to the wild card round at this rate. Dude, Patrick Mahomes can't win you 10 games a year.
I disagree.
By himself,
I disagree.
By himself, I don't think he can.
He's the best player in the league.
He's the best player maybe to ever play.
Maybe.
Quarterback. Talent-wise,
I'd say he's probably the best quarterback ever.
They have no defense. They have good players. Their scheme's not good. I'm so not high on this Chiefs team. It's not funny. I don't want to put any of my money on them.
But you're cool with what the Eagles are doing.
Yeah, the Eagles. That's what I'm saying is like, okay, the problem here is the Eagles can't score to begin with, so the Chiefs can make some stops, right? Like I just can't see anybody holding the Chiefs down points wise this year at all.
I mean, Chargers did it.
Well, what was the score of that game?
24-31, I think.
So they scored 24
points.
30
to 24. Yeah,
30 to 24.
Right,
yeah, so they at least scored 24 points, and that was I understand what you're saying, but I just can't see like a scoring.
Also, dude, Dallas just torched that Eagles defense.
Dallas looks really, really good.
They do look good. They do look good.
But I mean, like, who do you like more, Dallas's offense or the Chiefs offense?
Chiefs offense, obviously.
So, I don't see why the Chiefs aren't going to put
30
at
points,
least 35 points up in this game.
I mean, just 30.
I don't think
if he scored 30, if the Chiefs scored 30, would you take a 7-point spread here?
No.
You still think that they're going to give up that many points against the Eagles?
I'm not putting my money on Chiefs defense this year.
It's 7. You said?
Not until I see something that changes my mind, because the Chiefs defense right now looks like I want to keep my wallet as far away from that as possible.
Okay.
All right. So a couple other huge games. An afternoon game. Ravens going to the Broncos. Undefeated Broncos. They're going to be fired up for this one. 2-1 Ravens. 3-0 Broncos. Even right now is what we have it. Even.
Hammer the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
That is such fool's gold.
I was saying the same thing, actually.
Denver.
Yeah. I mean, this is...
okay. This
45 over under, by the way.
Go ahead and say the stat on their record, the 3-0 record.
So you have a Denver Broncos team led by Teddy Two Gloves. Love me some Teddy Two Gloves.
For sure.
The teams they've played that to get
Giants
to get to that 3-0 record are a combined 0-9.
Yeah. The Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets.
Yeah.
the
three worst teams in the
literally
league.
The worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
Hey, but now they've had 3 tune-up games, and now they're so tuned up.
Yeah, they had a preseason.
They're tuned up as fuck.
They had a preseason during their regular season.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this
I didn't know that. Right. I didn't know who they were playing before.
This is going to be.
I can't believe
this is going to be a litmus test for the Broncos on both sides of the ball, coaching everything. You're going to really see what the Broncos.
This is their first game of the year.
This is their opening game, and I just think the Baltimore Ravens are a better team. Obviously losing Marcus Peters was huge for their defense,
and J.K. Dobbins and
J.K. Yep. Their running game is not what it should. Tyson Williams is a shell of both of those guys, if you're really, being brutally honest here. But I just think the Baltimore Ravens have much more to work with, talent-wise. I think that they can score.
Better coach team too.
Just these two teams. You're looking at Vegas has it even. You're looking at a Broncos team who has not played anybody. The Broncos will not beat the Baltimore Ravens this week. The Ravens are coming off a shitty performance against the Lions.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking 31-16 here, Ravens.
Yeah. All right. Probably the biggest game of this weekend because of the NFL and the storylines behind it. Tom Brady and the Bucs going to New England, and the Patriots. Tampa Bay is a 7-point favorite going to New England.
They didn't make that
7-20. Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's Sunday night football, baby.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I sold some spots in there. There you go.
All right.
Congratulations to you, but that's disgusting.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next question.
Yes.
We don't have to talk about it. We don't talk about it.
7. It's a 20-point game, right?
Easy. It will not be close.
I was thinking the same thing. I think that Tom Brady is geared up for this game, almost so much that I think he let off last week. He was looking ahead to the Patriots, which is just nuts to me. That anybody even does that in the NFL, but they did. I think that's just that big of a game. Plus, the Patriots just can't score, and they're definitely not going to be able to score against the Bucs.
So we got Tony Williams. Who's that?
It's our guy, Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
So what we got?
He said, how's it going, guys?
Hey, we're doing good, Tony. How about you?
Tony, what's happening?
Going good. What about you? There you go. Perfect.
That was me.
Yeah. So
I meant to post it to Facebook.
3-team parlay: Arkansas, Ole Miss, and the under in the Ole Miss game.
Yeah, fade that shit.
Arkansas, Ole Miss.
Are you kidding me? Ole Miss is not covering. Ole Miss, dude. Come on now.
14.5, 17.5.
Oh, is he taking Arkansas money line or Arkansas
no,
points?
I'm sure that's
these are
points.
all.
It's got to be
points,
points.
I'm sure.
17.5, 14.5, and then under 79.5.
Dude, that's ballsy.
That is.
That's
Hey,
now,
dude,
if he
I'm-
wins,
Hey.
we're gonna come back and we got to give him.
Oh no!
credit on this.
Yeah, absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely.
We'll cut this clip.
The worst thing that Starhill is going to want to hear right now is that I love it.
Oh no!
Hey,
You don't
hey.
want to hear that.
I think it's
Yeah.
done. I think
Do
it's
we have
over.
any shithole parlays from Jack?
I'll put a graphic.
Oh
up for
yeah,
one
we got to
later.
put some kind of
I'll
shithole
put something
parlay.
together.
That
That was my that was the last $2 on my bankroll. So
Yeah.
I just threw it all at something.
Try to make 2 turn into 400.
all right. So big game day tomorrow. We'll be out there, right?
Yep, y'all come see us tomorrow at LSU. We'll be with Zach. One team we on tailgate, brought to you by Fred's. We got some good questions. We're gonna be out there handing out ponchos, stickers, beer. Come find us. We'll be somewhere.
We have lots of beer.
Lots of beer.
We have vodka as well. Lots of vodka.
Yep.
Y'all need to grab some tonight, probably. By the way.
Yeah, probably.
And then you'll have orange juice at the
How are
house. So
you?
we're gonna,
How are you getting around?
I am going to ride with you guys somehow, or maybe I'm
Well, how are
Ubering.
you? How are you
or
getting
Albert.
over to us?
Maybe Ubering. I don't really know.
Okay.
Or
That-
y'all are picking me up. I
that
don't
will
know.
all be figured out
Yes,
in due time.
we'll figure that out
We won't-
internally.
we won't
It
get
doesn't have to be
stupid.
on the podcast.
We won't get stupid Wendy's breakfast again. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
But we have a big day planned tomorrow out at the parade ground. So if y'all are out there, come look for us. Come say hello to Willy Bets. Tell him that his bets fucking stink.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
You tell me that, I'll show you I'll show you what I got in my bankroll right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. I might do that then.
Okay.
And if he's drunk enough, he might show you something else.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But yeah, this has been Willy Bets. Big day tomorrow. Y'all put the graphics back up one more time.
Yes, sir.
We'll also post these to Twitter. This is what we're rocking with this weekend. We really like these picks, and we think you're gonna like them too. I think your bookie's gonna hate them, which is good for you. So,
Lock UAB Liberty under 49.5.
that's
Lock of the week.
Lock of the week.
There we
UAB
go, baby.
Liberty will be under the
Let's roll with it.
49.5.
Let's roll with it.
Willy Bets logging out. Go tell your bookie to go fuck himself.